think there's really anything close to this rivalry between Brady and Peyton Manning. The greatest quarterback rivalry ever.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're pitting quarterbacks Peyton Manning and Tom Brady against one another to see who comes out on top.
This is Brady and Manning. Brady and Manning. Two greatest quarterbacks in football history, playing to prove football mortality can be put on hold by sheer will.
Which quarterback do you believe is the GOAT? Be sure to let us know in the comments. Round 1, head-to-head matchups. Whether during the regular season or playoffs, every time these quarterbacks squared off, everyone knew they'd be in for a treat.
Watching two of the best when all the chips are on the table, that's always something that fascinates the fans, and I think that's what gives professional sports its appeal.
In fact, viewers had plenty of opportunities over the years to see the quarterbacks play each other, a grand total 17 times over the course of 15 seasons. Fun fact, Tom Brady's very first career start came against Peyton Manning and the Indianapolis Colts back in 2001. Although by no means a memorable performance by Brady, he and the New England Patriots would come away with the win 44-13.
Pollard downed at the 15-yard line, and that'll do it. The final score from New England. Patriots 44, Colts 13. Peyton Manning and the Colts fall to 2-1.
Over the next few years, Brady and the Patriots would go on to beat the Colts 5 times in a row, including twice in the postseason. However, during the onset of the 2005 regular season, the tide began to turn for the Indianapolis Colts.
Manning for the end zone. Wayne, touchdown!
From 2005 to 2010, Manning would lead the Colts to 4 victories over Brady's Patriots, 3 of which happened consecutively over the span of 2 seasons. During that period, the Patriots won 2 games against them. Even after Manning became a Denver Bronco, both quarterbacks still played one another a whole number of times. Unlike back when Manning was a Colt and Brady's Patriots won the majority of their matchups, this time around, things were a little more even-sided.
And the New England Patriots with a most improbable win, down 24-0.
While the New England Patriots beat the Broncos in all 3 of their regular season matchups while Manning was at the helm, interestingly enough, the Broncos would defeat the Patriots in each of their 2 playoff matchups with the Sheriff at center.
Denver wins it, heading to Super Bowl 50.
By the numbers, Tom Brady is 9-3 against Peyton Manning in regular season games. Meanwhile, Manning leads Brady in playoff games 3-2. In all, Brady leads Manning by 11 victories to 6. Winner, Tom Brady. Tom Brady 1, Peyton Manning 0. Round 2, production. When he finally called it a career after the 2015-16 NFL season, Peyton Manning held quarterback records in a slew of categories, including passing yards and touchdowns.
Hey, Tom, you're taking all my records, and you also took all my coaches, Bruce Arians, Clyde Christensen, Tom Moore. I mean, I feel like you're, single white female, stage 1 stalker clinger here, buddy.
While most of the records he once held now belong to Brady, it's important to note that at this time, Manning still holds the record for most passing yards and touchdowns in a single season. 2 records which he broke during his outstanding season with the Denver Broncos in 2013, which saw him earn MVP honors and lead his team to a Super Bowl appearance.
Manning out of the gun. Manning lets it fly. It's caught by Thomas. There's the record for Peyton Manning.
As of the writing and time this video was published, Tom Brady holds several records and leads all quarterbacks in a number of categories in regular season play. Passes completed, passing yards, passing touchdowns, completions, wins, and so much more. Don't worry, we haven't forgotten about what he's done in the postseason, more on that later. In other categories such as passer rating, Brady has an edge over Peyton Manning's 96.5 mark, barring a total Brady collapse. Manning also has a slew of more interceptions than Brady.
Gets it away, and that is a phenomenal one-handed interception by Cromartie.
Although his longevity and ability to play more years than Manning most certainly plays a factor, having passed Manning in a number of statistical categories along with all the amount of wins he's piled up in regular season games, we have to give this round to Tom Brady. Winner, Tom Brady. Tom Brady 2, Peyton Manning 0. Round 3, supporting cast. What's a good quarterback without a strong supporting cast? Throughout his tenure with both the Colts and Broncos, Manning has played alongside a number of talented players. During his days in Indy, Colts fans fondly remember the strong chemistry he displayed with wide receiver Marvin Harrison.
2nd and 3. And they go for the record, and Harrison has it.
Considered by many as one of, if not the greatest quarterback wide receiver duo to ever play in the NFL, both connected on 114 touchdowns, a record that still stands today. Let's also not forget Reggie Wayne, who trails Harrison in most receptions, receiving yards, and receiving touchdowns in Colts history.
1st and 10. Going to Reggie.
thanks to a strong offensive line over the years that included the likes of Ryan Deem, Tarek Glenn, and Jeff Saturday, Manning always had great pass protection.
If you don't have linemen that are smart, that can, like I said, comprehend an audible with 5 seconds, make their calls, call east, west, slug, Dumbo, you name it. These words that, where do these words come from?
And playing alongside the likes of running backs such as Edgerrin James and Joseph Adai, the Colts were arguably one of the most productive offenses in NFL history for the better part of the 2000s.
It's underneath instead, Adai. Sideline, and he squeezes past everyone. Adai will cut back middle. Adai is going to take it all the way for the touchdown.
During his time as a Bronco, there was no shortage of weapons at Manning's disposal. With a wide receiver group boasting the likes of Wes Welker, Demaryius Thomas, and Eric Decker, it's no wonder Manning was able to keep playing at such a high level.
Here's 1st and 10 to start the second quarter, and Manning going for a Decker at the 5 and a touchdown.
With tight end Julius Thomas showcasing an ability to catch balls in the tight windows, and running back Noshawn Moreno working well as a dual threat, Manning had options upon options for who to throw the ball to. While not as efficient as the one he had in Indy, his offensive line in Denver were able to protect him well enough and allow him to run the plays he wanted to, like this clever bootleg here.
Peyton still has the football. Can you believe it? Peyton Manning runs it in for the touchdown.
Tom Brady's got his own supporting cast too. Who can forget about the huge, wacky, and often unpredictable touchdown-scoring tight end Rob Gronkowski? From the moment Gronk joined the Patriots, he instantly became Brady's go-to target. The chemistry and bond shared between the two, both on and off the field, was so incredible that Gronkowski wound up coming out of retirement to join the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to play with Brady again.
Does that prove our kinship or what? I mean, what could be better than that?
Brady and Gronkowski have both combined for a total of 105 touchdowns, second most of all time by a quarterback and tight end or receiver tandem, trailing only behind Manning and Harrison. Another player whom Brady shared a deep friendship and had great chemistry with was Julian Edelman. Although a solid contributor during the regular season and having 3 seasons with over 1,000 receiving yards, Edelman made his presence felt most during the postseason. The other 2 most notable offensive players to play alongside Brady during his tenure with the New England Patriots were wide receivers Wes Welker and Randy Moss. Both are frequently shown in Brady's highlight reels, miraculously catching one touchdown pass after another.
Here he is again, like a statue in the pocket. Able to go long for Moss. Moss has his first touchdown as a Patriot.
However, interestingly enough, both were never able to capture a Super Bowl ring during their time with the team. And despite often employing a running back committee, the Patriots always had a consistently efficient run game, and their offensive line was, and even without Brady is, still frequently considered one of the best in the league. Similarly to Manning, Brady was welcomed to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with a roster boasting loads of talent, featuring 2 premier wide receivers in Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. Though his time with the team was somewhat brief, Antonio Brown also provided even more depth at the position. The offensive line, though inconsistent prior to his arrival, seemed to stabilize upon Brady joining the team. Leonard Fournette has emerged as the team's leading running back and has done well in this role.
Fournette! Touchdown!
And although now officially retired for a second time, we most certainly can't forget about Gronk. While Brady played with great players over the years, they are far and few compared to the ones that Manning played with and were just not quite as skilled or memorable. Winner Peyton Manning. Tom Brady 2, Peyton Manning 1. Round 4, football IQ and intangibles.
Explode to gun, double right, flip zebra, scat left, wide drag, X hook, F trail, alert, 52, sprint draw, easy, on 2, ready, break.
When it comes to play calling and audibles, there's no quarterback like Peyton Manning.
We're going dice right, ice cream, alert, 654, Jose. Okay, 1-0.
If you've watched any of his games or highlights, he can practically always be seen yelling all sorts of phrases and words while throwing hand signals after hand signal.
Richmond, 96 double! 96 double! Check, oh, what a flare!
Watching him, anyone would think he's practically an offensive coordinator on field, which he pretty much is in the grand scheme of things. Time and time again, Manning has shown effectiveness at not only reading defenses, but confusing them. Remember Omaha?
It's a run play, but it could be a pass play or a play action pass, depending on a couple things. The wind, which way we're going, quarter, and the jerseys that we're wearing. So
the Chargers definitely do.
He used it as a hard count.
When he says Omaha, he ain't snapping the ball.
It's almost like watching poetry in motion. Being able to dissect opposing defenses allowed him to run the best plays at the right time on a consistent basis and, if need be, change a play that would work better, multiple times in some cases.
There are times when he calls a real play and then changes it.
Quick drive, Japan! 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 Japan!
There are times when he calls a phony play to extract a reaction before we call a real play.
If anything, it's also a demonstration of his excellent communication skills, as the rest of the offense is able to pick up on what Manning wants to do on a given play. Meanwhile, things are a little more simple with Tom Brady. Not that he doesn't call audibles or plays, much less frequently or in the way that Manning does.
You play in a Pro Bowl together, right? And you spend time in Hawaii together. You play in a charity golf tournament together. You spend time with them. You have dinner together, and you realize that he is doing those things.
Oftentimes, he simply sticks with the initial play that is called. Rather, Brady's strength relies much more on moving in the pocket, reading the defense from there, and then deciding on who to throw the ball to.
Brady, all kinds of time. I mean, just all day, and there he is, wide open, Amendola.
Regarding intangibles, when it comes game time, each quarterback's focus is laser sharp and second to none.
Give him an inch, right? You gotta step on their throats now, right?
During the season, these stars are men of very few words, rather focusing on their matchups instead of pregame banter. In addition, several former players have gone on record to speak about each player's characteristics and how both men have shown themselves to be excellent leaders and teammates.
When you look at Tom, what is there anything?
But it's like that though. He's the only player. He's the only player that I've ever been around that when he speaks, when he talks, I believe it. He could tell me, Shady, go walk on that water, you won't drown. I'm like, okay.
So there's no denying any of that. For every team they've played for, they've changed the culture and inspired their teammates to play better. When you see the passion and emotion they show for the game, whether a player or fan, you can't help but feel inspired.
Hey, take it to another level, all right? Come on, baby. Come on, fellas. Come on, we're gonna fight. We're gonna lay down.
Both players have displayed great character and intelligence throughout their careers. However, we've got to hand this one to the sheriff for being such a calculated genius when it comes to running an offense and reading defensive schemes. Winner, Peyton Manning. Tom Brady 2, Peyton Manning 2. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Round 5, Postseason Success. Peyton Manning played a total of 27 playoff games, having won 14 games and lost 13 of them. In all, he finished with 7,339 passing yards, 40 touchdown passes, a 63% completion percentage, and an 87.4 passer rating. But most importantly, he's 2-2 in 4 Super Bowl appearances. Looking back at his play come playoff time, he's shown himself to be an excellent quarterback. Having only successfully completed 2 game-winning drives his entire playoff career, some will also recall certain instances when Manning couldn't completely find his rhythm, notably during his 2 Super Bowl losses.
Picked off. Look out. Gets past Manning, and it's Tracy Porter taking it all the way. Touchdown, New Orleans.
In addition, Colts fans will also not fondly remember how a frequent reason why they more often than not couldn't advance further in the playoffs was thanks to yours truly, Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. and his New England Patriots. At least Bronco fans didn't have it as bad when Peyton was around. Meanwhile, Tom Brady has played in 20 more playoff games than Manning, and his current playoff record as the 2022 regular season is underway stands at an NFL record 35 wins with 12 losses. In his postseason career, he has 13,049 passing yards, a record, 86 touchdown passes, another record, a 63% completion percentage, and a 90.4 passer rating.
And Brady's going to throw deep down the right side for Gronkowski and a touchdown.
And when it comes to Super Bowls, let's just say he's in a league of his own. In 10 appearances, he's captured 7 rings, more than any player in the NFL. He even holds records in Super Bowl games for passing yards, touchdown passes, completions, and more. Compared to Manning, Brady was much more equipped to lead his team come playoff time, with 14 game-winning drives to his name. Need a visual example to demonstrate?
Toss to White. He's in! Patriots win the Super Bowl! Brady has his 5th! What a comeback!
Look no further than the 2017 Super Bowl game against the Atlanta Falcons, when he pulled a comeback for the ages, leading his team to victory after being behind 28-3. So Peyton Manning's had success in the playoffs, no one can dispute that, and he's done far better than most with 2 Super Bowl rings to his name. However, his play and the amount of times that he's won is nowhere near where Brady is.
Damn it!
So we've got to give this round to Tom and declare him the winner of this showdown. Winner, Tom Brady. Winner, Tom Brady 3, Peyton Manning 2.
Let's go! Let's go!
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from Watch Mojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.